back. It would seem, unfortunately, that power went out in my house, and so I had to restart the stream, but I think we're exactly where we last left off. Apologies for that, everyone who happened to be watching. I can only hope that my game saved any of that. Looks like I'm still outside, so that's certainly a positive. Yeah, but actually, during that interim, I did go ahead and get another beer. And friends of the stream, including John over here, might remember this one. This is a pastry stout known as Desert City. It's a Blackberry Chocolate Crumble. Do you remember this, John?
I don't believe I do.
Why would you not remember everything that I drink on stream?
Sorry, was that something that I was supposed to do? It was part of a bit. Did you send me a DM and I didn't read it?
I think it was the sort of thing where it was suggested that everything that I would drink on stream you would commit to heart.
You see. My apologies.
Well, that's okay. If you don't recall, it's a pastry stout, which means it's a stout that approaches more of a sweeter flavor. This one is supposed to emulate the taste of a blackberry crumble, which a crumble I have learned is a sort of pie, except it has a crumble top, maybe. I don't know, pie enthusiasts out there, feel free to correct me. Um, I like this one because it has some of those blackberry sour notes to it, which is, I don't know about you, but I do like my blackberries. Do you happen to favor blackberries, John?
I can't say that I've eaten them too often. I have tried them a couple of times and they're pretty okay.
How about blackberry soda?
I don't think I've ever had blackberry soda.
No, not even from Publix.
I don't think so.
Those 3 liter containers of soda from Publix. That's a shame.
Yes. Hey, I'm surprised you know about Publix. That is actually a nearby supermarket chain. Have you ever been to Florida?
I have actually traveled in the southern part of the United States in during my youth. Uh, you know, Louisiana, Georgia, Florida.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I have heard of Publix in the past. I hear that you guys also like chicken on the grill. Is that what that is?
Yes, I do like chicken on the grill, and there is a particular restaurant which gives you that fast food convenience.
No, that sounds delightful. Okay, but let's get back up to the action on that. Before we move on, let me go ahead and update my ticker. Blackberry Chocolate Crumble. And of course, my file is nowhere to be found. So if you are just tuning in, John, we're just playing multiplayer. And I died, which sent me back to my world. Which is not necessarily the greatest feeling, but we'll make it work.
So I guess if I had a suggestion, I think maybe the best route right now would be to try and get you the ability to summon me, and that's going to be pretty easy. But I think that's probably going to be good because I think I am actually a little bit further along. When you were kind of trudging through the beginning area, I did do a little bit more progression, and I did get one more cutscene. So I think for now, I think let's focus on your progression and also getting you the ability to summon me. So I think if you go up a little bit further north in the map, you're going to encounter an NPC that actually sells you the crafting kit, which is the item that you need basically.
Okay, hold on a second. So every time I crouch next to one of these bonfires, I'm assuming that my flasks regenerate. I don't actually have to choose flask or anything like that, do I?
That's correct. Whenever you rest at one of those grace places, that
Okay,
happens.
good.
I think your spells also recharge, like the charges on your spells.
Summoning pools. Small golden effigy. Hey, there's a guy on a horse. Should I fight him?
You can certainly try.
How do I look at my map?
That would be the select button.
But do I actually have a map, or is it just uncovered as I move forward?
So a lot of it is uncovered as you move forward, but I think that eventually you can get visibility of the entire map.
Okay. Well, giant axe. He's a tree sentinel. Okay.
Remember the basics of siege.
Why is he on a horse though? Wait, did I just... I thought I hit him first. It's like I hit him and then I died. Oh man. It seems like there's a lot to learn here. You will be revived at the last site of grace that you visited. You will drop any runes in your possession at the site of your death. Die again before reclaiming those runes. They will be lost forever. What are runes?
So runes is the currency of this game. It's always going to show up as a number on the bottom right of your screen.
Okay, well, I had none, I guess.
Important. Well, you can actually recover the runes that you lost after you died. It's shown in your compass indicator where you died.
So they're Zenny, is that what you're saying?
I guess you could call them that, yes.
And
But if you die again before collecting them, you lose them forever.
And you say that they are super important?
Yeah, they're the currency as well as the experience points.
Can't I just make some more?
I guess you can.
By killing cows or something like that. Look at this,
You could go the what's it called? That episode of South Park where all they did was kill boars until they got to max level.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, well, I'm starting to get this. I think I'm starting to get the hang of this, except combat. That's the only thing that I'm not getting. And you say there's a merchant somewhere nearby?
Yeah, so it should be due north. It's kind of like in a ruined building.
You know what this reminds me of? And you're probably going to say, well, duh, but it reminds you a lot of Breath of the Wild.
It is an open world experience.
I do wish I had a mini map, though.
I think you're really close by him, by the way. definitely not in the coast area.
Well, I see a chapel. Maybe this is what that is.
I think it is a chapel, yes.
The Church of Ella.
You're tarnished. I can see it. But I can also see that you're not after my throat. Then why not purchase a little something? I am Kale, purveyor of fine goods.
Okay, so I can buy a bunch of different things.
So you definitely want to buy the crafting kit. It's going to be priority number 1.
Okay, I have bought it.
Alright, and with that, you should be able to find herb leaves, and you should be able to create what is called the Pearl Calling Finger Remedy.
Should I also buy a torch?
It's useful if you want to go into dark places. Doesn't do a lot of damage though.
Should I also purchase
Goodbye.
lamp oil,
Nice to do
rope, or
business.
bombs?
I guess you could.
Wait, so a crafting kit just allows you to craft things? That's all that is?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you be able to do that without that?
Well, because you need a kit.
What is it, like glue and scotch tape? Is that?
Yeah, maybe a hammer, a wrench.
I don't know about this. Seems a little silly, John.
Try and access your crafting menu and see if you can actually make a finger remedy.
Okay, smithing menu. What is this? You said to go to my crafting menu, is that what? Okay, item crafting.
Yeah. See if you can craft the Pearl Calling Finger Remedy.
Seems I need 2, and I only have 1.
Alright, sounds good.
That's okay. I doubt that we would make a good run today anyways. We've only got about 15 minutes left. But that's okay. I'll probably just play around in this area until we have to take off.
That sounds good.
Instead of focusing on trying to play together though, let's go into our usual topic du jour. What sort of media have you been consuming this week?
So this week I don't know if I told you last week, but this week I started watching the last season of Better Call Saul.
Yes, I do
So
believe you mentioned that you are there. Are you watching that on Netflix or is that like on AMC?
that's gonna be on AMC because so Netflix has up until season 5, but season 6 is exclusively on AMC until I think until the season is done, and then maybe even a little bit more.
Gonna be a big
Um,
spender, John. What are you? Just like, oh, hey, I have all of these streaming services.
well, I have a few, and then I also have YouTube TV, which is pretty good. But yeah, it's been pretty entertaining. I think it is definitely meeting the standards of you know, Breaking Bad. It's certainly getting there. So
Wait, so
I
did
I
you
am
actually
enjoying
watch
it.
the episode known as Breaking Bad?
No, not yet. I'm getting there though. So yeah, that's basically what I've been watching this week. Just Breaking or not Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul. Just been pretty fun watch.
I uh, I have to say this morning. So I would like I said last week, I would like to get back into Better Call Saul. So I did watch a YouTube recap of season one because that's where
Oh,
I
nice.
actually left off. I aim to start on season two very soon.
Mm-hmm. That's good. I am definitely curious to see how you react to, the overall show and how it progresses because I think that the start of the show is deceptively not very serious, and so the latter part of the show definitely changes the tone a bit.
So I don't know how much you remember of season one, but memory did start. I did start jogging my memory back. I specifically remember the one feeling that I took away very strongly was the fact that I disliked Jimmy's brother. And that's because by the end you realize that the reason why he was being held back was because he didn't feel like he was sufficiently good at the practice. Is that about right?
Who was held back, Chuck or Jimmy?
Chuck. I mean, Jimmy was held back because Chuck didn't feel like he wasn't uh, good enough material for the
For the
agency. Or
practice.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, I also got that impression, basically.
I'm sure that 5 seasons later, it's like, oh, actually, the reason why he did that was because this, and that. Uh, but right now, I'm just like, I remember that I disliked this guy so much because he had this allergy to electricity, which is a psychological condition. Let me put it
Yes.
that way, that people actually face. But it made me so mad because obviously Jimmy was taking care of him all along.
Hmm. And that's a fair way to think about that character currently, and I think that's kind of like the way that they portrayed him. So I definitely think that um, if you continue watching the show and you enjoy it, I think you will enjoy kind of how that character develops.
Do they eventually just kill him? Is that what you're saying?
Well, is that what you would like?
Uh, no, of course that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that he made me very, very frustrated.
I see. That's fair enough.
All right, I dispose of some eagles. Can I teleport at all in this game, like between bonfires or anything like that?
I think there is fast travel in this game, but I haven't unlocked it yet. How about you? Have you been watching anything fun lately?
Nothing that I would say was particularly good. What did I see last week on Netflix? Hold on a second. I gotta look this up now. I knew that I saw something that I meant to talk about, but I forget what it was. And of course, Netflix doesn't actually tell you what you've seen in any sort of easy way. Anyways, it doesn't actually matter. I did watch some more One Piece, of course, as I tend to do. Still before time skip, I am really looking forward to that ending this particular season.
That's good. How much progress do you make typically per week? You probably told me this before.
About 3 episodes, I would say.
I see.
So not having a map, I'm going to assume that the way forward is more or less going north, because I see a path vaguely laid out on the map. It doesn't really show anything.
Well, if you look at your bonfires or your grace sites, they actually point you to where you need to go. They actually like shoot out a little ray of light.
Oh great, and I died by just a random ambush. Maybe I should just keep my shield up at all times. Does that make sense?
I mean, it's a strategy. Just some enemies will whack you pretty hard, and it will be impossible to block because of the amount of stamina that their hits consume.
So if I'm constantly holding my shield up, will that actually save me if somebody comes from behind me?
No.
Okay. That's what I thought, but that's okay. Sure, I'm finding a lot of these earthly flowers. kind of annoying because once these guys get one lucky hit in, it's actually quite easy for them to kill you. But oh great, my thing is lagging again. Did I change my settings?
Another thing you might want to look into, if you've upgraded your drivers recently, because I do know that like a lot of graphics card manufacturers have released updates specifically for this game, so it might be worth investigating that.
Right. Good to know. Alright, I retrieve my runes. What are all these row of fruits for?
You can craft something with them. I just don't know what.
So is that all you lose when you die? Just your runes, which is currency / EXP?
Yes.
Okay. I felt like there was a bigger punishment in earlier Souls games.
Oh no, that's apart from apart from the loss of, runes. Right now you're not feeling it, but in other parts of the game, at least if the pacing of this game is anything like other Souls games, you'll definitely start to feel it. Yeah, and also progress, because right now they're pretty generous with like the sites of grace and the stakes, but I think eventually it'll ramp up, and there's gonna be less of those.
Killed by a bunch of people. I thought this was a town, not a giant den of enemies. What the hell? Okay, whatever. And
Well,
actually,
you did kill their friend at the beginning in that cave.
why would I have known that? Why would? Okay. I think that's what we're gonna call it. Fine. I guess I will have lost my runes. I can live with that.
Mm-hmm.
So in any case, I think we're gonna call it here. Let me go back to tapped.
Right, that sounds good.
Yeah. So thank you very much for joining us this afternoon, John. This has been far enlightening. This game seems like a lot of fun, even though I have died about 4 times already. And yeah, I guess we'll learn along the way. Look forward to more Elden Ring at this time next week. Any final thoughts, John?
No. Hopefully you enjoyed the game, and yeah. I guess we'll tune in next
It's
week.
been good. This has been actually quite good. I'm glad that we decided to switch over. All right then. Well, with that, stay thirsty, Wolfkin. Have a great rest of your weekend, and see you again.